inspection completed, the battalion of apprentices will march past the reviewing dives, first in slow and then in quick time. This will be followed by an advance in review order and a vice-regal salute. The advance in review order keenly reflects its original purpose. It was a final offensive movement against the enemy where the colours were brought to the fore. In a peacetime setting, the following vice-regal salute indicates that no actual threat is intended towards His Excellency. The Commandant will then report upon the year's activities, to be followed by an address delivered by His Excellency.
easy.
Got to try and seal the pump.
Your Excellencies, the Chief of the General Staff, Lieutenant General Gratian and Mrs. Gratian, the General Officer Commanding Training Command, Major General Kirkland and Mrs. Kirkland, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and members of the Army Apprentices School, welcome to the 38th class graduation parade. Today is indeed a proud day for the young men on parade and for their many relations and friends who have travelled vast distances to be here for this very special graduation parade. Today's parade is being reviewed by His Excellency, the Governor-General of the Commonwealth of Australia, Sir Ninian Stephen. Sir, we are deeply honoured to have you here with us today and trust that this, your first visit to the Army Apprentices School, will be a memorable one. The Battalion of Apprentices are honoured that you have found the time in your extremely busy schedule to be here today for their graduation parade. During the last 12 months, the Army Apprentices School has established itself as a permanent part of the Albury-Wodonga region. I would like to thank the people of Albury-Wodonga for the manner in which they have accepted the school into the area. I would also like to congratulate my staff and the apprentices themselves on the way in which they have adapted to their new environment. The fears and apprehensions expressed by a few sceptics have proved to be groundless, and the conduct and sociological impact of the Army Apprentices has been applauded by the community on both sides of the border. I believe the family sponsorship scheme has been a great asset in this regard, and I would like to thank those families who have volunteered to participate in this scheme. I might add that there are some 300 new apprentices arriving in January, all looking for sponsors, so if we have any volunteers here who would like to participate in the scheme next year, please contact the school. The school has maintained its high level of academic excellence throughout the year. This has been due to the dedication of the technical training staff, whose enthusiasm and patience have ensured that all students who could pass this demanding course have done so. I would like to congratulate the principal of the school, Mr. Frank Miles, and the Victorian Education Department staff for their service to the school. I would like to take this opportunity to wish the principal and his wife Betty every happiness in their retirement. The staff here at the Army Apprentices School have appreciated their association with the school over the last 3 years. Military training within the school has progressed satisfactorily, but once again the extremely wet weather during the winter months has highlighted the need for an all-weather parade ground. The ceremonial highlights for 1984 include the Australia Day March through the city of Albury, the Freedom of the City March through Mornington, participation in Anzac Day services throughout the region, the beating of retreat at the Shrine of Remembrance in Melbourne, and of course today's graduation parade. Highlights of the 39th class military activities this year include their excellent performances on the induction training parade and at the Land Warfare Centre. The keenness and enthusiasm they displayed on both occasions augurs well for 1985. The performance of the graduating class on Anzac Day during their Subject 1 for Corporal course and at the Shrine of Remembrance in Melbourne are to be commended. The example and leadership trays they have set for next year's seniors has set the scene for a first-class performance by the 39th class in 1985. I think you would agree with me that today's parade, so ably led by BSM Crew, has been an impressive display. To the Defence Force School of Music Band, under the command of Major Silcock, our thanks for your support during the year, and particularly for Thursday night's concert and today's graduation parade. To the regimental staff, my congratulations on yet another superb effort this year. I hope you have gained the same satisfaction that I have from working with the apprentices. The hard work and long hours seem to fade into insignificance on a day like today when you can see the results of your efforts. You should all feel very proud of your achievements. Sporting achievements this year have been quite remarkable. We won both the Summer and Winter Inter-Service Series, winning 13 of the 20 sporting competitions. In the local region, we won the under-17 Tallangatta Valley Football Grand Final and were runners-up in the Wednesday Army Unit Competition. Both rugby teams made the finals, one going down gallantly in the grand final. Both hockey teams made it to the finals, but once again, we went down fighting in the grand final. In basketball and volleyball, we won through to the finals each season, winning one volleyball grand final. AAS were also runners-up in soccer and golf, and finalists in the water polo competitions. I would like to give special mention to two lesser-known teams. Firstly, the AAS boxing team, who have acquitted themselves with distinction in the Victorian Amateur Boxing Association, and the rifle shooting team, who won the Inter-Service Trophy for the 13th year in succession. 1984 has been a year of consolidation and considerable achievement. The cooperation and teamwork between the Victorian Education Department staff, the Commonwealth Public Service staff, and the military staff is worthy of special mention, and I congratulate and thank all three groups for their untiring efforts to achieve the school's objectives. To quote a phrase from one of the popular apprentice TV shows, it's great when a plan comes together. The Army Apprentices School of Latchford Barracks has indeed come together in a most successful manner. To the graduating class, my congratulations on your performance over the last 2 years. You were the pathfinders and have had to set the pattern for the future generations of apprentices. Last year I charged you with the responsibility of consolidating the great start that had been made at Latchford Barracks. This you have done well, and I thank you for your efforts. Good luck to you all in your future military careers. To next year's senior class, you now have the responsibility of ensuring the customs and traditions of AAS continue here at Bongilla. The school is now consolidated in its new environment, and you must maintain and, where possible, improve the relationship between the school and the local region. You must do this by example, because the 40th class will be looking to you for help and guidance, and they will emulate everything that you do. Enjoy your leave and come back refreshed, ready for a busy 1985. After 4 years at the Army Apprentices School, the time has come for me to move on. I know I will miss the school and its unique lifestyle, the staff, and of course the Apprentice Battalion. Good luck and goodbye to you all. I would now like to call on His Excellency to address the parade and award the major prizes.
Colonel Lawrence, members of the Parliament, Lieutenant General Gratian, staff and members of the Army Apprentice School, distinguished guests, members of the graduating class, and ladies and gentlemen. First of all, on behalf of all onlookers here today who have seen this parade, I'd like to congratulate the school, or rather, I think I should say the battalion, because the parade we've seen today has been what you'd expect from a first-class infantry battalion. It's a great pleasure for my wife and for me to be